Okay, so sorry for the lack of content, everyone. I am working on things, but due to the COVID situation, my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot still, after 2 months, hasn't arrived, and I'm getting a little bit annoyed by it. But I did pick up the Endgame Bath Thanos on eBay for a decent enough. Actually, I probably got ripped off. But then, just 2 days after that, I found out that the Marvel Select Thanos was in stock. And after cursing the heavens for a couple of hours, I thought I might as well make a comparison video about them. They are both slightly customized. As you can see, I've turned this skirt piece around on Thanos, on the Select one, because it's more accurate. I couldn't do the same on this one because it's not really a floating piece per se. It would just break up a lot here that I wouldn't be able to salvage. But I also gave this one some panel lining, because originally it looked really plain and boring. And I gave him a new head. Originally he came with this head under the helmet, and I don't really want a grimacing Thanos, I wanted a neutral looking one. But yeah, I'm sort of preferring this one, but he is also way too tall to fit in with the rest of the Legends figures, especially the Black Order, because this Thanos is taller than Cull Obsidian. So what I'm thinking is I might just try to trim away, like, maybe from here to maybe down here? That would, like, make him a full shoe short or so. It would be around the same. It's probably still a little bit too tall, but yeah. I thought I would do a little comparison video first. Like I said, I have modified all of these slightly. I also pulled these shoulder things out a bit. Originally they were like a full groove back, but I heated them up and I just pulled on them out, and then while they were still stretched, I super glued these areas down. What I don't really like about this figure is that there's just not enough width to him. It's not wide enough. And I thought the original Infinity War Thanos, I love the heft of this figure, so if this one had the same, like, girth, I would have probably been able to deal with this one. But he just doesn't really have much presence, I feel. The head is from that 3-pack, Doctor Strange and Iron Man 3-pack, and I had to modify the head and then get the helmet off from this Endgame Bath, and I got on, and I mean, it looks pretty good, but also what I don't like about this one is that the head sits so low. Like, this looks alright, but then if you want it to actually stick, it's like he doesn't have a neck anymore all of a sudden. And this was a problem even with the original head, so it's not just this fix, but I guess I could just modify it so it sits a bit higher. I also don't like that these areas here were originally like a dark brown color rather than black. I'm not sure what it is in the movie. It looked black to me, but maybe the costume itself looks different. A lot of paint details missing, but what can you do about it? Articulation is alright, I guess. Like 90 degrees out. Pretty crappy elbows. I think it's 90 on... Oh, slightly more... Okay, the elbows on this one is actually pretty alright. It's just the gauntlet hand that's trash. I do much prefer these Marvel Legends styled hips though over this one. I'll get to that in a bit. And the double jointed knees are pretty good looking. He doesn't have an ankle pivot though, which is really bad. He's only got like up and down, which is absolute garbage. So yeah, that's the Endgame Bath Thanos. So what I did with this one is I I cut around this entire piece and then I just forced it around. So this is actually originally the butt piece and this is the front piece. But if you look in the movie, it looks like this in the front, so it's more accurate. This one has an actual bicep cut here, which I like, as well as the elbow joint this one has. I have repainted all of him to be a slightly more accurate purple, because originally he was it was very light blue / grey, and it just looked really off. The head is a lot better on this figure, I feel. I mean, it might just be like a proportion thing, but he looks... Whenever this head is on this body, it just looks really bad, but then as soon as you take it off... and suddenly now it looks good. This head is also repainted, by the way. The skin tone is the same, but the eyes are remade completely. I'll just leave it like that for now, I guess. This one has a bit more of a detailed sculpt. You can actually see the scars on his cheeks there a little bit better, and the grooves in the chin are a lot more pronounced, not as soft as the Hasbro one. The helmet is slightly more accurate too. The eyes are repainted on mine too, and so on. Actually, like I said, all the skin is just repainted. But yeah, what I prefer about this one is just he's got a lot more presence to him, I feel. Like his shoulders just look really wide and menacing, and he actually has a neck, like a really beefy neck, but it's still a neck. I love this articulation point way more than just the diaphragm joint here. The only thing I don't really like are these. It's like very DC Universe Classic type in terms of hips. It's alright considering he's got this skirt piece that sort of hides it a bit, but I still would have preferred, normal, like, ball hips. Ball and socket type hips, I guess. And then I also don't like that on this one you see as soon as you twist, the entire armor comes with it. If you twist this one, the armor splits up and it looks terrible. So, you probably don't even really need this articulation. Because this joint is so versatile anyway. So, yeah. That's why I might just remove some sections here and make him shorter, because also if you have him standing straight up like this, his legs look really long. Just looks a bit off, I think. Let's see, what else? He's got really stiff double jointed knees as well. He actually has... God, this joint! He's actually got a foot pivot, and just overall, I feel like this is a better figure. I just wish it was slightly smaller, just a couple of centimeters, and then it would be perfect. So yeah, we'll see what I can do about that. Thinking I might try to sell this one if it doesn't work out. I also could maybe do a head swap, but then the proportions would still be off. Like I said, I just don't like how dweeby this one looks in comparison. Like, let's see if I have a... I mean, I guess I have Loki, but... I don't know. Just like you can see, this one looks so much more menacing. But I'll be back with more content soon enough, probably when I actually do try to modify this one. But yeah,